Hi everyone, welcome to the angel reading, which is for Monday, the 17th of April, all the way through till next Monday, the 24th. I hope you're doing really well. And there's news, lots of big things happening at the moment, both in the cosmos and in my little world as well. So, first thing I want you to know is that Mercury is about to go into retrograde again, and that is coinciding with a solar eclipse. So, this is a really big moment, and I know that we're already feeling the energy coming up right now. Now, what you need to ask yourself is what is coming up for healing? What is it that is showing itself to you that needs to be released, healed, needs to go, needs to change or transform in your life? Now, the angels are working very closely with you to help you to release that which doesn't serve you. And that includes any form of dis-ease, disharmony, illness, pain, heartache, emotional pain, mental patterns, anything that is dragging you down and is stopping you from enjoying the fullness and the wholeness of who you are and your experience. So this week there's no coincidences, right on that solar eclipse and dive into Mercury going into retrograde. There is an archangel attunement, and it's the healing attunement for the heart, which is absolutely perfect timing. So come to that workshop if you are ready to release something, you want to heal something. It doesn't matter if it's on an emotional level or a physical level, because all healing with the angels is essentially the release of fear. And that means that fear is the origin of anything that we're struggling with, anything that is out of order in our lives. That could be physical in your body, it could be emotional, it could be mental in your mind, it could be in your experience, your finances, your relationships. It shows that disease and disharmony are signs that there is something in your energy, something has entered your consciousness, your reality, that is fear-based. And fear, the umbrella of fear covers and encompasses things like resentment, unforgiveness, shame, guilt, anger, a traumatic or heartbreaking experience, stress. And so the angels, Archangel Raphael is who we're working with at this attunement, and the ascended master, healing master, which is Hilarion. They're going to work together to release and transmute the energy that causes the problem. So not only are we releasing all that needs healing, we're healing it, we're releasing the core issue. So if you need healing on any level, come to that session on Friday. It's Friday in Australia, Thursday evening in the US and other Northern Hemisphere countries. So that's for this week. Now, with this energy coming up, whether you come to my event or not, think to yourself, what is coming up for healing right now? Eclipses are to do with your shadow and things that are hidden coming up to be revealed. And sometimes that can be really difficult. So perhaps there's something that you just haven't been able to figure out the block, or you've just not been feeling good and you're trying to find what it is. Well, the eclipse helps to uncover that. It's like taking away the covering or the shroud or the things that are blocking you from being able to see what the problem is. It also can be quite difficult because it brings up things that you really need to see that perhaps you don't want to. You know, sometimes it's like you need to see something about yourself that's causing an issue, or maybe you just don't want to see that it's time for you to make a big change in your life, and you've been trying to make it work, and you've been trying to bend yourself into a pretzel shape to make something work, and it just isn't working, and it needs a different approach, or it just needs you to leave it alone and do something different. That's what can come up with the eclipse. Now, Mercury retrograde can be a very powerful time in a positive way. It doesn't have to be negative. I think we can sort of cast spells on ourselves by saying, oh my gosh, everything's going to go wrong. We don't have to say that. We can affirm all is divinely well, all is always divinely well. No matter what's going on, the universe has my back. The angels are protecting and guiding me no matter what happens. But again, things can pop up. Perhaps, you find out that the tires on your car are bald and you need to have them changed. And of course, that's upsetting and annoying because you've got to pay money and you've got to have a day without your car. but ultimately it's life-saving, right? In fact, finding that out is actually saving you a lot of hassle and problems in the future. Excuse me. So what can come up during this time, and we're in the introduction right now, we're in the kind of slippery slide into that period. So these things can start coming up now. And if you are suffering from something hard, an illness, an emotional heartbreak, grief, see this as a time of great healing. A time it doesn't have to all happen now, but whatever we go through, especially the hard stuff, has great blessings at the core of it. And sometimes the blessing is that we learn a new, more peaceful, perhaps more spiritual way of looking at things. Perhaps we change our lives because of something happening. We start to look after ourselves better, or we treasure the ones we love more, or the things that come up teach us something that ultimately benefit our lives. This is a compassionate universe. And so recognize that if you lean into the protection, the guidance of the angels and the archangels who are with you, and who are with all of us, that are accessible by all of us. Your team of angels isn't just the angels that came with you to this lifetime. You can call on Archangel Raphael for healing. You can send Archangel Raphael to be with a loved one who's in hospital or suffering. You can call on Archangel Michael, even if he isn't your guardian angel. All of these angels are available to you. They're multidimensional, their energy, they're not human, so they can be with more than just one person at the same time. You don't have to feel guilty for asking for that. But this is a period of healing. So what is coming up for you for healing? What would you like to heal right now? What if you could heal something? Imagine the blessings that are on the other side of that, right? If you could heal your finances, think of the relief. If you can heal any disease in your body, think of the utter peace and relief, and what you'll do with your life differently. Healing from a heartbreak in the past, think of just the peace that you'll go through and the joy that you can now let into your experience. This is what my event on Friday is all about. It's a 90-minute Zoom event. It's 57 Aussie dollars, and there is a lifetime access to the replay. You'll get that replay if you can't make it live. So please come along. I'll put the link in the comments for you. All right, as I'm talking about the angels, I've got a candle on the other side of the camera, and every time I talk about the angels and healing, the flames are dancing up, really as if there's a breeze, but I'm in a closed room right now. It's so cool. All right, so let's call on Archangel Raphael, the healing angel, and his guardian angels, who are the healing angels. They help him with his healing. And we'll also call on Ascended Master Hilarion, who's a very powerful healer. I'm really looking forward to the guided channeled meditation that I'm going to do with these two on Friday, because I just know it's going to be mind-blowing when those angels come through. It's just incredible and palpable. So thank you, Archangel Raphael. Thank you, Archangel Michael, who is also here. And thank you, Ascended Master Hilarion, for being with us today, for shining your light on all that needs to be revealed. Thank you for bringing through the guidance that we most need in this week, which is very important, very powerful week as we move towards these two cosmic events. And we ask for your guidance, your protection, your healing, and to lead us on the path that is for our highest good. Okay, so Archangel Michael's putting a beautiful cloak of blue light around you right now. Imagine it just sort of shimmering over your aura and providing a protective shield for you for this week. And every time you feel like you need that extra bit of protection, just tap back into that. Just see that shimmering blue, almost like gossamer all around you, under your feet, over your head, all around you. Okay, thank you, angels, for your guidance. So I'm being told 4 cards. We've got a lot of archangels coming in as I'm laying out these cards. Okay, very powerful cards this week. Now, the first card for you is the present situation. These are Radley Valentine's Archangel Power Tarot deck, one of my favorite decks to work with. Now, here we have the gorgeous presence of Archangel Gabriel. It's the two. Twos are about planting seeds that will manifest in the future. So as we pull the fear, the core of all our disharmony out of our energy, out of our body, out of our minds, we start to make a blank slate. It's almost like plowing a field to be able to plant the seeds. All the weeds are gone. You can manifest much more efficiently and effectively. So the angels are saying, don't forget to put your intentions out this week. So what are your intentions? Take a moment now. What are your intentions for this week? What are you wanting to manifest in the bigger picture? What do you want to manifest this week? You want a peaceful week? You want a calm week? You want an abundant week? You want a productive week? Angels, please help me, guide me, protect me, and help me with these intentions for the highest good of all. So the angels are saying, don't let these ideas about any kind of limiting ideas that you've got in your mind right now, but especially about things like Mercury retrograde. We've built up, I think, because of social media, it's a very easy thing for people to jump on social media. We built up such a kind of a negative aura around Mercury retrograde. But if you really understand it and read it, and it doesn't have to be negative, right? So the angels are reminding you that you can make great progress this week, even if you think there are limitations around you. Imagine that they're gone. Imagine that Archangel Michael just comes down and chops his sword and clears away those limitations and blocks. And Archangel Raphael kind of rolls out a beautiful brand new green carpet for you to just kind of travel over, like a magic carpet, just helping you to travel over all those obstacles. Just visualize that. That's awesome. All right. So you may not be walking alone. For sure, you've got your angels walking with you, but it's like there are perhaps some like-minded people coming in to help you this week. They're reminding you to protect yourself and to also take time out for yourself. When the energy amps up like it is at the moment, it's very, very tempting for everything to get really fast. It's like a quickening. It's like you just want to get everything done now. And what usually happens with that is that you end up in a heap, or you run out of energy, right? So you get more done by pacing yourself. Remember to take time for you. Don't make it all about the work. So they're saying to you, like, the theme of the week is generally protection, having your angels with you to guide you forward, to protect your path, and to trust that you can get a lot done. I love it. The block card. All right. So this second card, when it comes up, it's kind of, if it's a blocky kind of a card, it sort of gives us like a double. There are situations that you are well and truly done with. They are finished. They are over. It's like, you've got your bottle of juice or your bottle of wine or your smoothie, and you're trying to get the last drops out of it because it was so delicious. And then you just have to admit, all right, it's done. I can't get any more out of this. So there are situations that have come to an end. Some may have been positive, but remember, nothing lasts forever in this world, right? Things are cycled. It just goes into a different form. So when one door closes, another door opens. But also, if we're talking about the loss of loved ones, our loved ones exist on the other side. But there's a situation that you are done with, you're finished with, and the angels are saying it's time for you to take a bow and step back. So this is much more likely to be a situation where you're going to be glad that it's over. You don't have to put up with disrespect. You don't have to put up with abuse. You don't have to put up with less than you want or deserve. You don't have to say, oh, this is all there is. There's so much lack and scarcity in the consciousness of the collective, where people say, oh, I can't leave this job, there's no jobs, I'm never going to get money another way, and we talk ourselves into those realities. They're not true on a spiritual level, but we make them true because we're powerful manifestors. So there are new opportunities just waiting to come back in. There are new smoothies wanting to be drunk. My analogy game is strong today. But you need to put the past in the past and move forward. I think we keep manifesting the past when we focus on it. right? And we don't make room for new. Like if you think about your life as a pie chart, everything you're focused on right now is what's taking up all the space in your energy and your consciousness and in your life. If a big chunk of that is the past or a negative situation, how can you put anything else in there, right? You've got to let that go so that you can put what really matters. And sometimes you've got to put what really matters first, and that will just, move what needs to go out. So put the past behind you. This is what's blocking you, is that you're focused on something that isn't working, that is past. So if we're thinking about healing, perhaps there's a situation, maybe the issue started in the past. That's where its origins are. And that it's manifested now because it's taken this long to become a physical or an emotional experience. So now you need to let it go physically, emotionally, and cut the cords to it and let it go so that you can put it behind you. So don't let negative experiences, past disappointments, fear dictate your future. It's time to close that door. All right, now we have two major arcana cards. That was an Archangel Michael card, by the way. This one is Archangel Shamuel. Shamuel is the angel who helps us to find what you're looking for. So you can expect this week to get a new perspective on something. Maybe, maybe you could, instead of meditating sitting up, maybe you could meditate laying down. Maybe you could spend a moment with your head upside down. The reason I'm saying that is that being able to see things from a different angle is going to move you through any challenges or problems and are going to bring in new opportunities. You don't have to do things the way everyone else does them. You don't have to do it the way everybody else is telling you. You notice how controlling people have become since the pandemic. I'm finding that people, I think it's because of anxiety, because anxiety is all about controlling, right? It's about controlling the future, controlling the present. In fact, anxiety doesn't allow us to be present. So there's so many people telling us, you mustn't do this and you must do that and you have to do this and you have to do that. You don't. You do things your way. As long as you're aligned with the divine, you're aligned with your highest good, you're coming from a positive place, there's new stuff coming in for you. The angels already said there's new opportunities coming forward. You just need to take a different perspective, a different angle. So sometimes that means taking a moment and allowing, we've got to make a bit of space to let that guidance come in. So Shamuel is going to help you find what you're looking for. So again, that's why they're reminding us to think about what we want, because where there is no way, a way will be made. Where there seem to be limitation, abundance can show up. So keep your mind open and be open to different ways of looking at things. If you're in an argument with someone, try thinking about it from their perspective for a moment. You don't have to agree with them. You don't have to give in. But if you want peace, maybe you've got to have some compassion. There's always a different way of looking at things. All right. The final card is Justice. So I like this card as a final card because it's saying to you, things are going to work out. Don't give up on your dreams and hopes. Don't give up on the people you love. Don't give up on knowing that things can work out for you. All right. It doesn't always work out how we think it should. Very rarely, in fact. But this is letting you know that things can work out in your favor. If there is something going on court-wise or legality-wise or just fairness-wise, it's kind of telling you that things are going to work out in your favor, but they will be fair because we brought the divine in. It's not going to be about doing over someone else. It's going to be about the highest good, but it looks like things are working out for you. Balance, of course, is a big message. This is Archangel Raguel. It's about harmony within, harmony without. So when we're talking about healing, it's like it's all going to come out in the wash. It's all going to be okay. It's going to work out for you. All right, this is wonderful. I love these cards. And look, two major arcana cards together is quite a strong message. It's letting us know what a big week this is. So set your intentions, be really clear. What do you want to heal? What needs releasing? This is the moment. You've got to let it go. I like how Shamuel is hanging upside down, because it's like what doesn't work anymore, what you're carrying in your baggage, right, in your aura, needs to drop out. It needs to go. It's like everything, just all the junk is falling away. So if this is a week for healing, it's a week for things working out for you. It's a week for resetting and planting your intentions. And it's definitely a week for letting go of what does not serve you. All right, angel blessings. Have the most beautiful week. Remember Archangel Raphael and Hilarion Zoom workshop this Friday, the 21st at 10 a.m. Sydney, Australia time. That's 8 p.m. on Thursday in the US Eastern time. And the link will be in my comments and in the subject if you want to go over and have a look at that. And I am opening my own healing sessions up again for a limited time. It's 2 years since I had healing sessions open to the public. I got really, really busy. I was seeing like 25 people a week, and I just needed a little break and a rest from it. So I'm opening them up for a limited time just to fill certain dates. So if you would like a private healing session, get in touch with me, write the word healing, and I will send you details about how you can book in a Zoom healing session with me. But don't miss Friday's Archangel Raphael event. Okay, angel blessings. See you next Monday.